As the proverb says, tomorrow never comes. There is no such thing as tomorrow. There never will be, because time is always now. And that's one of the things we discover when we stop talking to ourselves and stop thinking. We find there is only a present, only an eternal now.
I've come to discover that my life has been mostly made up of small, seemingly insignificant, interconnected moments. Moments you can never truly own. It always seems to be things like the repetitions you do in a gym, the rounds you send down range, or the books you read in hope to gaining some sort of knowledge that will benefit your life.
Because when we make music, we don't do it in order to reach a certain point, such as the end of the composition. If that were the purpose of music, to get to the end of the piece, then obviously the fastest players would be the best. And so likewise, when we are dancing, we are not aiming to arrive at a particular place on the floor, as we would be if we were taking a journey.
Shooting for me has represented this perfectly. It is something that you have to do on repeat, but can never truly take home and own that moment of perfection where the round lands directly on the center of the target. It's the culmination of all the work beforehand that ultimately gets you there. And the only way in which you could ever hope to regain that moment is to go through the process all over again. Where your round lands is totally dependent on the small, microscopic decisions you make leading up to it. In the same exact way that you are the product of every small decision you've made right up until this moment. Shooting relies on complete voluntary control over your own actions. Getting control over your own actions takes self-discipline, integrity, commitment, and above all else, honesty. Regardless if you're just trying to become a better marksman or achieving the goals that you've set out for yourself in your own day-to-day life, you can't cheat this. There are no shortcuts that you can take. They're going to have long-term benefits. To try and cheat the process is to only cheat yourself. Every shot, every repetition is sending you on a trajectory towards achieving not only your goals, but also finding peace and harmony in the day-to-day monotony that makes up most of our lives.
What if, instead of trying to control our thoughts, we learn to dance with them? What if, instead of fighting against the stream of consciousness, we learn to swim with it? They think of a skilled surfer riding a wave. They're not controlling the wave. That would be impossible. What they're doing is harmonizing with it, moving with it. This is what true thought discipline is about. It's not about control, it's about harmony. It's not about suppression, it's about understanding.
And for me, coming to understand that every single little action I've made up until this point has turned me into the man I am today, has ultimately allowed me to make better choices and set myself up to be in a position where I can achieve my goals in a far more fluid and peaceful manner.